Today we are going to talk about picks. Specifically, some of the picks that I use and what I recommend you look for in a guitar pick. There are a couple things to look at in a guitar pick. I would say there are about three main ones. So you want to look at size/shape, you want to look at thickness, and then you want to look at material. So, to start off, I'm going to start with a very basic pick. So this is a Jim Dunlop nylon pick. This one is 0.6 millimeters. And as you can see, it's a pretty thin pick. Like, it bends. So these are good for beginners because they bend. If you hold it really tightly, you'll still be okay. Like, you'll still be able to strum through that. Whereas if I had a thicker pick like this one, it's going to be really hard to strum with that. It's going to come out sounding very choked. So these work well for beginners, especially if you can't control your strumming hand so well. So these are pretty good. What I want to recommend that you avoid actually are these. So this is a Jim Dunlop, also nylon pick, but this is 0.38 millimeters. Now this is far too thin. Look at how easily it bends. This is pretty much good for only strumming, and even strumming, it's not going to sound as good as a thicker pick like this one. And it's not going to hold up. I've actually broken these picks before. So I would say do not ever buy something that is this thin. I would say if it's under 0.5 millimeters, you're probably looking at too thin of a pick. You're going to outgrow that, because even if you don't break the pick itself, when you get to be a better player and can control your hand better, you're going to find this, it's not as good for picking because it bends so much, and you're going to have to find yourself trying to compensate for that in different ways. A better way to deal with that is to just get a thicker pick. So this is the Fender medium pick. I've used these a lot. They are pretty good picks, just solid all around. This is the 351 shape, I believe. They come in a lot of different shapes, but this thickness, see, that's what I like. It doesn't bend too much, but just bends a little bit. This is perfect for intermediates, beginners, even advanced. Anyone who uses this pick can use it well. So I think that's a very versatile pick. Now this is on a bit of the extreme end. This is a Jim Dunlop Big Stubby pick. And this is actually 2 millimeters, so look at that. It's thick. I just bought this today. As you can see from that, it doesn't bend, like, really at all. Next, after you're looking at the thickness, what kind of shape do you want? Like, this pick is a bass pick, but some guitarists might like these. Picks come in a lot of shapes. They come in like triangles, they come in wedges, they come in rounded shapes like these, they come really small, they come in all different shapes and sizes. So you really want to look for the pick that is going to suit what you think is most comfortable and you're going to be able to play your best with. Another thing I want to talk about is material. So take this pick, for example. This is a wooden pick. I made this myself, and it's made out of a piece of white oak. So this pick is a natural material, but if I try to pick with this, listen. Do you hear that tuk 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 tuk? The reason you hear that is because this is a very clacky material. It's very hard. As in comparison, do you hear that background noise? So that's the reason I don't like this pick. The material of the pick plays into how the overall sound is going to be. So one that's made of a harder material is going to sound a little bit more edgy. And then one that's made of a softer material is going to sound a little bit less edgy. Okay, I can't actually tell any difference there. But sometimes you can, especially if you turn off the amp. Notice they sound a little bit different. So you want to pay attention to even things like that, like the material. And one good test you can do that I found is like just rub a little bit on the string. See how that sounds. If it sounds good to you. See, that sounds a little bit coarse to me, whereas this sounds a little bit more pleasant. Really though, it comes down to your playing style. So you gotta figure out which is best for you. Personally, I've been using these for years. These are just dependable. They're cheap, sturdy, they'll never break. Well, they kind of mar up when you do pick scraping and stuff like that. But these are just really dependable. I would definitely recommend these if you're a more advanced player, as they're extra heavy, so you might have trouble using these if you're a beginner. If you are a beginner or intermediate, I would strongly recommend using the Fender medium picks, as well as the Jim Dunlop nylon picks. So I would recommend the Max Grip and just the regular nylon ones. They sound good. They play well. They have this these like ridges on them, so like your hands won't slip. These are great. Great for performing and things like that when you're playing live, because you're not going to worry that you're going to drop your pick. I have dropped these picks on stage before, and I've been forced to play with my fingers. So it's better to have something that's a little bit grippy. I think I'm actually going to be switching to these. So these I would highly recommend if you are moving into a more advanced territory. These are really great. They're grippy, they're nylon, so they'll sound good. It has a little bit more of a mellow attack on the strings, something that I kind of like. Yeah, I really like these, and then they're thick, so they won't really bend. But overall, it's just what you like as a player. So you gotta find something that is going to suit your needs. You wanna buy the pick that you'll be able to play best with. Generally, stay away from buying picks that are really, really expensive, because you're not going to end up getting a whole lot more value for your money. It's not like buying a guitar, not like buying an amp, or even buying a pedal. Buying more expensive picks really does not guarantee anything better. Some of the best picks are really cheap ones, like these are really cheap. That's all I have on picks. So to do a quick recap, we have size/shape. So they come in a lot of different sizes. You want to find the one that works best for you. Thickness. So if you're a beginner, you're probably going to go for one that's a little bit thinner and has a little bit more stretch. If you're advanced, you can go for something thicker, and that's probably going to help you play faster and will help you train your dynamics as well. And then there's material. So you want something that is going to sound good to your ears. If you like something that cuts a little bit more, you want maybe a harder plastic, or even something like wood. Or if you want a more mellow sound, you want something that's going to be a little bit softer, like this nylon pick. That's about it for that. So I hope you guys enjoyed, hope you got something out of it, and hopefully that'll help you choose a new main pick. As for me, these are my main picks now. I'll be using these from now on. Again, thank you for watching, and we'll see you next time.